Hello people, Feed here. Welcome to my new Retinue Tier List. Now I have done one of these before, back when the Blazing Deserts DLC first came out. But since then, it has been a couple years. Things changed, some of the retinues have been changed. Some of them I've learned that they don't even do what they say they do. And also, I've changed. That was a blatant lie. Men don't change. Once a gambling addict, always a gambling addict. Anyways, let's see how I think of them now. So over here I've got 5 tiers. The S tier is for the best retinues who you would want to put into every single one of your companies for the entire game. The A tier is next in line. They are very good and you would use them for most of your companies and for most of your run. Now in some stages of the run, they might not fit perfectly, and in certain situations, for certain companies, other retinues might fit better, and that's what the B tier is for. The D tier, on the other hand, is for the people who are completely worthless. Whatever they provide you is not of much use anyway. And above that is the C tier. It is for people who do something that someone else already does better. You could use them, but why would you? Alright, let's get right into it, starting with the minstrel. He gets you more renown, but renown really is not that important. Once you get 1050 renown in order to get to professional, and you can get professional before 20 days, pretty quick anyways. And you wouldn't get this guy early in order to get to professional fast. He can also unlock other retinue earlier, but I don't really feel the need of that. And the tavern rumors that he offers you aren't as good as you might think. Most of them are going to be like, that town has freaking problems and that town has contracts, and every once in a while you're gonna hear about a fame item. But first of all, the fame item might not be a good one anyway. Second, you might just find it on your own anyway. And third, you don't even need the minstrel to run into a rumor about a fame item. Overall, the minstrel is trash, and trash belong in the dumpster. Alright, next let's talk about the scavenger. He gives you some of the ammo that you use back, and he gives you tool for the armor that you destroy from the enemies. He supplies you with a constant source of tools, and you use tools for everything. You repair your armor, you repair your weapon, and you repair your loot that you use to sell for money. Your company runs on tools, and this guy is like a solar panel for tools. Now, will your solar panel completely negate the need for the generator? No, but will it save you a couple trips per week to the gas station? Yeah. You guys know what it feels like to drive to the gas station every day to buy diesel for the generator, don't you? I oftentimes buy the scavenger first, even though he's not very good early on, but because he's unlocked right away and I can use him to complete the retinue ambition. And I use him all the way to the late game. But at some point in the late game, money is no longer a problem. So you don't need so much tool to repair loot anymore. And once you don't need to repair loot anymore, when you go out into the wilderness, you only need to repair your armor and weapon, which by taking down camps, you will find enough. So the scavenger is very good, but I don't use him for my entire run. In the late game, I will swap him out for someone else. So the scavenger will go into the A tier. Alright, next let's talk about the quartermaster. He carried an extra 100 ammo, 50 medical supplies, and 50 tools. Alright, first you don't need 50 more medical supplies. 100 arrow is nice and 50 tools is nice. But do you know who else constantly giving you free tools and arrow every day? That's right, our favorite child labor, the scavenger. So the quartermaster, I don't know what he's trying to provide you here, but I don't need it, and someone else does it way better. The quartermaster is going into the D tier. Alright, next is the scout. The scout makes you move 15% faster. That means you do everything faster. Have you ever been going down the road and see a group of brigands just running around? You try to chase them and then proceed to waste half a day because they keep running away. Now, did you have the scout with you? No, because that wouldn't have happened if you had the scout with you. With a scout, you see them over there, you catch them, and you go back to doing whatever you were doing. Apart from helping you chase down pesky enemies easier, he also helped you pull enemies safer. Alright, it's Friday night and you're going down the road, and suddenly you see a pack of 20 snakes chasing you. Instead of running away from them, you could just bring them into a camp. Alright? Bring them to the camp. Take down the camp. But in order to get to the camp, right, you might have to climb through some hills. And when you climb onto the hill, you get slowed down. The snake might catch you there. Nope, not with the scout. The scout will just get you through that hill. You get the snake into the camp. You kill the camp. You get a bunch of loot. And maybe even a fame item, alright? So the scout, whatever he does, is hard to quantify. He does everything faster, which saves you so much time. And he can also help you do hard fights that you normally can't by pulling things into each other. The scout for me is S tier. I use him for all of my companies for the entire run. Alright, next is the surgeon. He makes injuries heal 1 day faster, which is very nice for the early game. He also helps keep bros alive. Instead of dying the first time, they would just take a permanent injuries. And some permanent injuries aren't that bad, you know. Some are almost nothing. Missing ear, missing eye, missing nose, brain damage. Some of them can be worked around, you know. If you're a range unit, you don't really care about your melee defense. And, you know, even if you lose your melee defense as a melee guy, you can still hit things, alright? So, you don't completely lose your bro when you die, which is really good in the mid game. You can take more risk doing more rewarding fights, knowing that even if things go wrong, it's not going to be that bad. Overall, I think the surgeon is pretty good, and he's especially newbie friendly. If you're a newbie and your team is taking injuries and dying every time, then, you know, just buy this guy. So I'm gonna put him into the B tier. Alright, moving on. Drill Sergeant. This guy helps you level up faster. Basically, he's gonna get you to level 5, level 7 really fast. After that, you will see less of a difference. And also, you wouldn't want to buy him just to level up 1 or 2 bros. You want to buy this guy early to level up your whole team faster. However, if your team level up fast, the game also scales harder, so make sure you are prepared for that. And also, he's a bit pricey for your first retinue, so I don't often use this guy for my normal team. But for companies with 16 men, like the peasants and the manhunters, I do feel the need for this guy, otherwise my bros level up so slowly. So Drill Sergeant is B tier. Alright, next is the Alchemist. He lets you craft snake oil to sell for money. He also lets you get more things out of your crafting. However, I don't think I craft enough to get enough value out of this guy. It's cheaper to buy potion from the southern city and sell your crafting materials than to craft your own potions. And hoarding a bunch of crafting materials for snake oil and potions aren't good because you're gonna run out of inventory space, and every time your inventory is full and you have to throw it away, you are losing money. The only time I use the Alchemist is right before I craft some rare things like the Kraken potions and attachments. I would just swap him in and hope that he would give me a free potion or Kraken plate, and then I'll swap him out right away. Otherwise, I don't often use him. So the Alchemist is also going to the B tier. Similar to the Alchemist is the Trader. He makes you money simply by trading more. For money making retinues, it's best to buy them early because that's when you need the money the most. However, this guy takes quite a while to unlock. You have to sell 25 trade goods. It takes a long time. Once you buy him though, and if your map is good, he can make you a lot of money by trading. However, I still think that fighting is a better way to make money. And there are retinue out there who help you make money while fighting. For example, the Scavenger. If you like to trade and or you are bad at fighting, maybe this guy is for you. But not for me though. I'm already making money simply by just playing the game, and I would rather have some other retinue with more unique and special effects. So the Trader, I'm going to put him into C tier. The next retinue also makes you money, but I think he's better than the Trader. And that is the Cartographer. The Cartographer makes you money simply by traveling around, and the further you're away from the towns, the more you make. And the thing that makes the Cartographer worthwhile sometimes is that you can unlock him very early on. You just need to discover a legendary location, which could be the Goose, or the library, or maybe the icy caves. Those are the legendary locations that you might find early on near the towns. So if you unlock him early and you buy him early, he can make you a lot of money down the road for free. You know, you don't need to do any trading or any crafting, just simply by playing the game and you get money. So for that reason, I quite like him, but he's just another money making guy and I have other means of making money. So in the right situation, I'll buy him. Otherwise, I put him into the B tier. Alright, Paymaster is another man who just makes you money simply by playing the game. He's reduced daily wage by 15%. So late game in a high-end company, I usually pay 1500 crowns per day. So that guy's gonna save me 15% of that. He also prevents men from demanding more pay in event. This event triggers once you have more than 13,000 gold. Once you have more than that, it can start triggering, and the more you have, the more likely it will happen. And once it happens, everyone will demand more pay, and you have to choose between paying them more, which will make the daily wage goes up by probably 100 or 200 per day. Or if you deny them the pay, some of them will get greedy, which you have to pay them more anyway. So that's a lose-lose situation, and this guy will prevent that. When you are playing a long run and you are getting this kind of money, this event will happen very regularly. And if you keep paying them more and more, eventually the daily wage is going to become unmanageable. So I like to use the Paymaster for the very late game. Once I have so much money that I don't care about repelling loot to sell anymore, I will swap the Paymaster in and pull the Scavenger out. However, not every run goes to this point. If you're playing for 300 or 400 days and you're managing your money well, you probably don't need the Paymaster. So I'm going to put him into the B tier. Alright, let's get the last money making retinue out of the way, the Negotiator. He allows you to negotiate more. So you can negotiate safely for 3 rounds without losing any relations. You get about 10% more gold for the contract for each successful negotiation. So on average, you're going to get about 10 to 15% more per contract. Thing is, early on, contract don't pay that much, and later on, you might not need that much money anymore, or you can have some better money maker now. He also makes good relations decay slower and bad relations recover faster. However, the speed is really not significant. Alright, that is the relation bar. Max is 100 and minimum is 0. In the middle is 50. So relation will creep back to neutral every day at the rate of 0.25 point per day. So every 4 days, you lose 1 point. And every contract you do, you're gonna gain 5 or 10 points back. So the Negotiator, 15% of 0.25 points. I don't know how the rounding works, but that doesn't seem significant to me. So for a money maker that you can't unlock very quickly, that don't even give you that much money early on, I'm putting him into the C tier. Alright, next up is the agent. She lets you see contracts and situation in all the cities. And being able to see contracts means that you can always choose the best contract you can do on the map. And not only you can choose the best contract for you, you can also choose where to do the contract so that it's most efficient. For example, this faction is having the Destroy All Camp contract, so every town from this faction is gonna offer the same contract. But for some contracts, including this one, there is going to be one town that doesn't have this contract, which is this town. That means the camp that they want to destroy is going to be near this town. Knowing where the contract will take place means that you can go to the nearest town, take the contract there, go here, do the contract around here, and turn it in really quickly. And if you see a Patrol the Road contract, which is a really good contract that can result in fame items, you can pick and choose where you will patrol through. So on top of that, she also lets you know about the situation in the towns. So knowing that this town has ambush trade routes, I should go here to sell the loot. So with the agent, you can always do the best contract and buy and sell in towns with the best price. She just lets you be the most efficient with your time. Now that is invaluable, and I have her in all of my runs. Now, she takes quite a while to unlock. You will need to become allied with a faction or a southern city. Becoming allied with the southern cities is a lot faster because they offer more contracts, and the contracts take less time to complete. And also, you can start doing the contract before you get professional. So you need to get to 90 out of 100 relation to get to ally, and you should start around 50, which is neutral. Each contract for the southern city is going to give you 5 relation. So you're going to have to do 8 contracts in a row, maybe 9 considering the relation decay. So usually it takes me about 30 to 40 days if I really try to do every contract for them. But once you unlock the agent, it is game changing. Alright, next let's talk about a couple retinues that don't do what they say they do, namely the cook and the blacksmith. The cook does not provide you any healing bonus at all, simply because how the numbers are rounded in Battle Bros. She doesn't give you any healing at all, she simply just makes food last for 3 more days. And the blacksmith, he only repairs things faster while you are camping. If you're not camping, then nothing is being repaired any faster. He does save your equipment when they are broken. That is nice for fame item, you know. Thing is, if you're wearing fame armor and helmet, you shouldn't die. And if my fame shield get cracked, I don't care. And breaking your own weapons? Come on, guys. So the blacksmith, for me, if he repairs faster on the road, then I could consider him. But oftentimes I find that I repair fast enough already. And the only time that I don't have my armor fully repaired before fight is when I don't have the tools to repair them. So for me, tools is the bottleneck, not the repair speed. So because of that, the cook and the blacksmith both go to the D tier. Okay, next retinue is the brigand. He just lets you see all the caravans on the map. And that's pretty nice when you are raiding. But for me, right, if I'm raiding, I can just follow the road and I'll find the caravan anyway. Also, I think there are enough things for you to find and kill. You don't need to go looking for extra caravan. You know, if you find them, it's nice, but you don't need to dedicate one retinue slot to finding more caravans, you know. And for me, the main problem with the brigand is that every morning, the town will spawn a lot of caravans. And because he sees them, the game will play the battle horn sound. And that just drives me crazy, because I would think that something is about to jump and ambush me. But overall, I don't need to kill more caravans. I kill enough things already. So I just don't think he's worth a slot. But if you are a raider, if your team is a bit weak, and you can't fight the hard things, you're looking for easy prey, you know, put him in. Alright, I'll put him into the B tier. Alright, next up is the bounty hunter. This guy increased the chance of you finding a champion, and combine that with the champion reroll trick. You go in, you kill someone in the champion's team, and then you retreat and you go back. The champion would change his equipment. Do that enough times, you might find the item that you want. So he really helps you find the fame item that you want faster. Also, he gets you money for when you kill a champion. And Battle Bros for me is about finding the right bro with the right build to use the right weapon. And this guy helped me do that. And that's why he's going into the S tier. Alright, did I say something about finding the right bro? That's what the next guy does. Mr. Recruiter. You know, in Battle Bros, in order to find the Giga Chat God tier bro, you need to sift through a lot of trash. And this guy does that. You can try out people for half the price. If they have a bad trade, just ignore them. If they have a good trade, you know, buy them for cheap and hope that they got good stats and stars. So that's what the recruiter does. However, once you get your dream team, right? Do you need this guy anymore? No, so I use a recruiter from the early game to all the way to the late game. And once I have assembled my dream team, I can replace him with someone else. For that, I'll put him into the A tier. And the last retinue is a lookout. She gives you vision and she tells you whose the footprint belongs to. I find that very helpful, but I feel like I don't need it all the times, you know? So I would buy her in the mid game maybe, once I start to go out there and look for all the legendary locations. And maybe once I have assembled my team and I don't need the recruiter anymore, I might have the slot to swap her in because that 25% vision radius is always nice to have. So we'll put him into the B tier where she belongs. And that's it, guys. That's how I would rank the retinue nowadays. So basically, these are my main retinue. I oftentimes buy the scavenger first because he's easy to unlock. And then I get the scout. The third one is the recruiter. Sometimes I will swap in one of these if the situation or the run calls for it. And in the late game, once I have so much money that I don't have to use tool to repay loot anymore, I can swap the paymaster in for the scavenger. And once I have enough bros, maybe I can swap in the lookout to just enjoy that vision radius. Alright people, thank you all for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot. Also follow me on Twitch, and special thanks to my patrons. Alright, that's it people. Video out, take care and see ya.